Hello, geometry students. I am teaching 8-4 trig ratios. This one's just about finding the sides. So yeah, I normally teach this in class, but since I'm going to be gone, yeah, I thought this would be a good opportunity to do a video in 2019. Yay! So we can use trig ratios, that's your sine, cosine, tangent, to find the missing sides of a triangle when given an angle. So how you do this is you look at your angle in your right triangle, and this angle is 25, okay? So we're looking at this angle right here. And we look at the sides in relation to that angle. So if we're looking, x would be your opposite, okay, and then your 18, that would be adjacent. So which trig function are we going to use that has opposite and adjacent? Correct, tangent. So the tangent of 25 is equal to x over 18. So think about how you would solve that. Right, you're going to multiply by 18 on both sides. Now this is where you need your calculator that has the sine, cosine, and tangent functions. So in your calculator, you're going to type 18 times tangent of 25 and then hit enter. When you do that, you should get 8.39. That should be your answer. And when you're doing that, if you do not get this, you need to go on your calculator, go to mode, and make sure you are in degree mode on your calc. Okay, so on your calculator, make sure you are in degree mode. Alrighty, let's do another example. Here's the next example. Go ahead and pause the video and write this down. Okay, so which trig function should we use? In SOHCAHTOA. Let's look, it's in relation to 70 because that's our angle given. So this across from 90, the x, so that's going to be your hypotenuse. And then next to 70, that is adjacent. So which one of these is the adjacent and the hypotenuse? Cosine. So you're going to use the cosine of 70 equals 15 over x. Now, we have x in the denominator. That's very interesting. So we need to get x out of the denominator to solve for it. So we're going to multiply by x on both sides. So we have x times the cosine of 70 equals 15, because you can't solve for x when it's in the denominator, so we got to get it out. Now, how do we solve for x? We're going to divide by the cosine of 70. So we're going to divide by the cosine of 70. And in your calculator, that's how you'll type it. You'll type 15 divided by cosine of 70. Close it off, hit enter. You should get x equals 43.86. Again, if you're not getting that, check the mode, okay? Check the mode on your calculator. Go to mode, and it should be in degree mode. All right, let's go to the next example, which is a word problem. David is building a bike ramp. He wants the angle that the ramp makes with the ground to be 20 degrees. If the board he wants to use for his ramp is 3.5 feet long, how tall will the ramp be if at the highest point? Cannot read. I'm trying to flip the page and read at the same time. Okay, so how would we set that up? Go ahead and take a moment, think about it. Okay, so he wants the angle that the ramp makes with the ground to be 20 degrees. So here's the ground. I can write that out for those of you not listening. And then here's the ramp. This is the ramp. Okay, and this is 20 degrees right here. We want to find out how high it'll be. So this is x. And the ramp, how long was the ramp? It was 3.5 feet. So we need to figure out how high it is. So which trig function are we going to use in relation to 20 That's right. We are going to use the sine because across from 20, that's going to be your opposite. And then the hypotenuse, which is across from the 90, so it's not adjacent. You're probably confusing you there. So it's across from 90, so that's your hypotenuse. So we're going to use sine. So the sine of 20 equals x over 3.5. How do we get x by itself? We're going to multiply by 3.5 on both sides. So in your calculator, go ahead and type 3.5 times the sine of 20. And what do we get when we type that in? About 1.2 feet. So that's all I have for you. Feel free to pause the video as needed, rewatch the video, and come with questions to class. All right, we'll see you later.